Welcome back to Nature's Vault, the place where we uncover the hidden truths of our planet's wildest mysteries. If you love exploring the unknown, make sure to hit subscribe, like and share, because today's story will send shivers down your spine. Deep in Romania, there is a forest so mysterious, so terrifying, that it has earned the nickname the Bermuda Triangle of Forests. This is the story of the Hoia Baciu Forest and the terrifying secrets it hides. Located near the city of Cluj-Napoca, the Hoia Baciu Forest spans over 250 hectares. But what happens inside these trees defies explanation. For centuries, locals have been too afraid to enter. Shepherds once claimed that entire flocks of sheep, over 200 animals, entered the forest and vanished without a trace. No bones, no evidence, nothing. But if this is the case, why are some people still willing to enter this haunted forest? Well, some are driven by curiosity, and others are seeking adventure. However, they should know better than to go alone, because those who dare to explore the Hoia Baciu Forest alone never return.
Oh, yes.
In 1968, a military technician named Emil Barnea took what is still considered one of the clearest photographs of a UFO in history, right above the forest canopy. Since then, countless witnesses, including tourists, have reported seeing floating lights, orbs, and even strange flying discs above the trees. Some claim that stepping into the Hoia Baciu is like entering another dimension. But what exactly does this mean? Well, it means that as soon as you enter the forest, you're not in the same reality anymore. When you're in the Hoia Baciu Forest, you're not in the same reality anymore. You're somewhere else. What makes this possible? How can this be possible? In fact, many claim that time stops inside the Hoia Baciu Forest. People's watches stop working and they lose track of time. Some have even gotten lost in the woods and found themselves walking in circles. When you're in the Hoia Baciu, everything changes. The trees seem to close in around you, blocking out the sun and making it difficult to see. And the air grows heavy and still, making it hard to breathe. There's a strange buzzing sound that seems to be coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. It's like being trapped inside a giant invisible box. And then there are the mysterious lights. They appear suddenly, hovering silently in the distance. No matter how hard you try, you can never get close enough to them to figure out what they are. They just seem to be there, taunting you from afar. But perhaps the most terrifying part of all is the feeling that you're being watched. There's a sense of dread that settles over you like a shroud, making you feel like prey caught in the crosshairs of some unseen predator. You can't shake the feeling that something is out there in the darkness observing you, waiting for you to make the first move. But what if you don't want to make the first move? What if you just want to run away? Well, that's not an option either. Because no matter which way you turn, the forest seems to go on forever. There's no escape from this labyrinth of trees. You're re-trapped in the Hoia Baciu Forest. And whatever's out there in the darkness is closing in on you. But that's not even the worst of it. Because deep in the forest, hidden amongst the trees, there's a clearing. It's a perfectly circular patch of land where nothing grows. No trees, no vegetation, just bare, dry earth. It's like an open sore on the face of the forest. But what's even stranger is that there are other clearings like it, scattered throughout the woods. Some say the clearing is a landing site for UFOs, while others believe it's cursed. Whatever the truth may be, no one dares set foot in the clearing, not even in the daytime. It's just too eerie, too unsettling. For those who have seen it, the clearing is the stuff of nightmares. But it's not the only thing that makes the Hoia Baciu Forest so terrifying. One of the most chilling stories ever recorded in the forest dates back 5 years when a young girl wandered off and got lost. She had been playing hide-and-seek with her friends when she stumbled into the woods. At first she was scared, but then she saw something that made her forget all about her fear. It was a small clearing with a huge tree in the middle. The tree had a hollow where a little girl could icily hide. So she crawled into the hole and made herself comfortable. She thought she'd wait a few minutes until her friends went past, and then she'd jump out and scare them. But her friends never came. She waited and waited, but all she heard was the sound of the wind rustling through the leaves. Finally, she started to get scared. She tried to climb out of the hole, but it was too narrow. She couldn't fit her body through it. She screamed for help, but no one could hear her. She was trapped and alone. Just when she thought she couldn't take any more, a man appeared. He was tall and thin with long, greasy hair and dirty clothes. He looked at her and smiled, revealing a set of yellowed teeth. He told her that he could help her escape, but she would have to do something for him first. He wanted her to come with him into the forest and gather herbs for him. She didn't want to go, but she had no choice. They walked deep into the forest, and the man gathered the herbs while she followed behind him. All the time he kept telling her that she didn't need to be afraid of him, that he was a good man and he just wanted to help her. Finally, they reached a clearing, and the man stopped to take a closer look around. Then he turned to her and said, "You're free to go now." She thanked him and ran as fast as she could away from the clearing, but as soon as she turned around, she saw that the man was gone. She looked back at the clearing, but it was empty. There was no sign of the man anywhere. She called out to him, but there was no answer. She ran as fast as she could away from the clearing, away from the forest, away from the danger. She didn't stop running until she reached the safety of her home. She told her parents what had happened. They didn't believe her. They thought she had made the whole thing up. But when she showed them the herbs that she had gathered, they finally believed her. The girl never went back to the forest, but she never forgot what had happened to her there. She lived the rest of her life in fear of the man with the yellow teeth. Many people have similar experiences in the Hoia Baciu Forest, and many believe that the forest is haunted by spirits or demons. They say that anyone who enters the forest risks never coming out the same. So is the Hoia Baciu Forest really haunted? Are there malevolent spirits or demons living in the trees? Or is there a more rational explanation for what goes on in the forest? There are some who say that the Hoia Baciu Forest is simply a case of mass hysteria. They say that people who have negative experiences in the forest are simply making it up. But this theory doesn't hold up to scrutiny. If these people are lying, then why have so many of them told the same stories? Why have they all described the forest as being filled with evil? And why have they all spoken of the clearing with such dread? Others say that the forest is cursed. They believe that something dark and evil lives in the woods, and it's cursed everyone who enters. But this theory is also unlikely. The truth is, we simply don't know what goes on in the Hoia Baciu Forest. We can't prove or disprove any of the theories that have been proposed. All we know is that strange things happen there, and that people who enter the forest never come out the same. So if you ever find yourself in Romania, be careful where you go. Stay away from the Hoia Baciu Forest and its clearing. Don't risk becoming another victim of the Bermuda Triangle of Forests. Do you believe the Hoia Baciu Forest is haunted? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, be sure to tell us by hitting the like button. Thanks for watching.